This is my second playthrough of Home, but it'll be my first that I broadcast. I haven't gotten that far into the game for my first playthrough that I played it. So everything after I think the second checkpoint will be new to me. So let's get into the game, and I hope you guys like it. Yes, I'd like to start over. And I will be reading the notes for this one. If you do not want me reading the notes and you want to read them, tell me in the comments, and I will remember that, and I'll just let you guys read them. But as now, I'll read them. All I remembered at that point was finding myself alone. Oh, my head. Where was I? It was so dark. There was something by my feet. A flashlight. Still creepy. Creak. That house. Where was I? There was a body lying on the floor. Who was it? Rat food. My sight. Cat? Hey, get on here. Drip. Drip. Okay. Computer. The desk had a computer on it and some papers on it, and a single drawer. I didn't want to snoop, but did I open the drawer? Well, if I didn't open the drawer and there was something important in there that I need, yes. Receipts, pens, and a blurry photo look like a store of some kind. Why did this look so familiar? Maybe you were there before, maybe. Blood on the wall, it smelled fresh and sickening. I realized there was blood on my pants and shoes. Oh man, I had to get out of there. I noticed that I limped as I moved down the stairs. How did I hurt my leg, I wondered. All I can really recall was coming home, seeing Rachel. I was upset. She looked afraid. I shook my head and tried to clear it. I knew I should head downstairs, try to find a way out. Search all hallway. A thin gray mouse was stuck in a trap. It looked frantic but exhausted. Did I free? Yeah, let's read it. Let me go back into where it was at. A collection of rusty tools. They look like they've seen a lot of use and were caked in damp smelling dirt. Why weren't they in a shed? I found a picture of a couple. It looked like it had been moved a lot. There seemed to be a switch behind it. Did I push the switch? Yes. It depressed smoothly into the wall. I heard a faraway click somewhere. I really don't want to know what that click was, but I guess I gotta check it out. Like all horror games, you gotta check every single click and noise for some weird reason. The shelf was full of books on local history and hunting. It seemed like the owner of the house really knew the area. That sound was not good. An old dining table covered in dirty dishes for two people. There were dozens of beer cans and other liquor bottles among the dishes. The smell was starting my stomach. A black and white photo looked like the man upstairs and his wife. I guess there was no reason for me to keep this. Well, if I find another part in the game where I need it. Or I'm just gonna make the student into a hoarder, not just a hoarder that just takes everything. Takes a ball of lint. This is important. What was that? I looked like hell. My clothes were dirty and torn, and there was mud caked all over my shoes. The front door was blocked by a pile of furniture. I knew I had to find another way out. The door was taped up and seemed to be stuck by the smell. I guessed it led to the kitchen. No, I don't want to head through that. The switch in the wall. The switch in the wall worked. The door had been unlocked. I didn't know it was locked. I just pressed a button. This might be where I have to go, so I'm gonna check that other door, see if anything like. Okay, that was locked before. Oh, trophy, cool. I get to hear trophy sounds while getting the piss scared out of me. There were sheets of paper all over the kitchen table. It looked like a series of names were written down, but they were too smudged to read. I could only make out a few of the notes. Key card, Ocker, last one, I promise. It didn't make much sense at the time. Can I get in the fridge? Maybe? I guess not. So that's what you get when you check. I didn't check. The bathroom was spotless. Everything had been wiped to a sheen. I wonder if it was the man's wife who did the cleaning or him. Bathroom. There was a photo development tray laying on the floor. Some leftover negatives were sticking out. They were pretty blurry. I thought I saw what looked like treetops. Door's still locked. Okay. Start walking back towards the box. The box looked heavy, but there were marks on the floor. It had obviously been moved before. Maybe I found a way out. I must have moved it right. I heaved the box forward and it finally gave. There was a ladder going underground where the box was. A dank smell rose from the passage. I climbed down the ladder. Well, I can't get out any other way, so I guess I do. I looked again at the photo I found in the house. The couple looked distant, like they didn't want to be in the same picture. I wondered where the wife was. My leg was in terrible shape, but I had to get out. The game I'm playing right now is Home. It's called Home. If you want to watch the beginning of it, go back like 8 minutes. Go back to the beginning if you want to see the beginning of it. Footprints in the dirt looked like more than one of a kind, and a lot of traffic. Places all over were marked on the old map of town. The industrial area near the river, various houses, and even the water tower near the old rail station. Newspaper clippings from the local paper. They were all about murders in town over the last few years. Wait. There are photos of our house. What the hell was that about? Maybe I should have looked around more, try to find some kind of information. I did look around more. I looked all around upstairs. A work table covered in papers, dirt, and a handgun. I hated guns. I didn't take it, did I? Yeah, you did. Put that in your pocket. Let's keep going. Go down the ladder. It was so dark down there, and the air smelled stale and putrid. I couldn't believe what I saw. What was this place? Keep walking. The desk looked old and was caked with grime. On it was a stack of old faded paper covered with what looked like names. They were scratched out and illegible notes were written beside them in faded blue ink. I can only make out a few letters. None of it made any sense to me. Well, not to me either. Okay, I don't know if that's a ladder, that's a... Oh, no. Some kind of homemade rack slung together with poorly cut wooden rope. It was caked with old blood. Somebody didn't actually use that, did they? Crudely made shelves, they looked like they were holding cans of some kind of corrosive. The labels were worn and slick, but I could still see the warnings. It looked like a cage. It was small, but there was something coating the bottom, something wet. Yeah, it looks like blood from this angle. Let's walk over here, because I did see a door. Because I think those steps lead me to the next area. There looked to be bones half dug into the ground, and the remains looked old. The faded clothes that stuck up amongst the dirt looked familiar. It looked like clothes that the woman was wearing in the photo I found was just the man's wife. Probably, but I don't want to touch it. I wonder what I would have found if I dug deeper. I don't know. I don't want to know. Box. Some kind of boxes. They look like they were years old. Wait a minute. These boxes had old clothes in them. Clothes I remember throwing out after Rachel and I moved to town. What the hell were they doing down here? Down here. Improvise. If I was scared before, I was terrified now. Why were there photos of our house there in these clothes? Why was that why I was there? I checked my back pocket and realized my wallet was missing. Did I come to that house, or did somebody bring me? I'm gonna walk away from you. I remember noticing the broken ladder. I had to be careful. There was a rope hanging there. I wasn't sure how sturdy it was. Did I take it? Yes. Maybe the rope made that broken ladder easier to descend. Okay, I'm not gonna mess with you, dead body. Had the rope now. There must have been a use for it around here somewhere. If I found will let me climb down the broken ladder safely. Did I climb down? Yes. I could hear a faint hum, and the smell from before started to get worse. A bunch of old newspapers, wheat pasted together. A message had been hastily smeared on it. Keep out, danger due to cave-in. Then why am I here? Not cave-in. That's a different door. I could still feel a faint impression of the rope I had slid down as I pressed against the heavy metal door. It was probably for the best that I hadn't jumped. The ache in my leg was bad enough as it was. If I could have, though, I would have run straight out of those awful tunnels. Who would keep such a place? At least I thought I had found that old handgun. It seemed to work. From the smell of it, it had already been used. I kept the gun in my pocket. It seemed a familiar weight there. There was dirt on the ground, it was wet, and there was grass smeared within it. I could hear a faint trickling sound, like water. What was that? Water, maybe? A kitchen knife covered in drying blood. Thinking about it made me sick. I don't even want to touch it. Now, I have the gun, but it doesn't say that the gun has bullets in it. It just says there's a gun. Now, if I take the gun and don't take the knife, and I don't have any bullets in this, I'm gonna take the knife. Slip the knife in my boot since I had the gun in my pocket. Did I really need all this? Yes. Because if you don't have bullets in that gun, that knife's gonna save your life, buddy. What was that? I don't think I want to go down there now. The door's locked and musty smell coming from inside. Door. I wasn't sure, but I thought it was some kind of regulator. I had no idea how it worked. I wasn't sure what those valves are for, but did I turn it anyway? Yes, maybe? Whatever these valves did, this one wasn't pumping water anymore. I have no clue. I'm not sure what those valves are for. Did I turn it anyway? Well, I turned the first one. Let's turn the second one. Did I turn it again? The valve was stuck. Did I turn it? I think you gotta turn it the amount of times that, like, since this is the third valve, you have to turn it 3 times. I wasn't sure what those valves were for. Did I turn it anyway? Yes. The valve was still active. Did I turn it again? The valve was still active. There. And this one before. 1. Oh, I guess that was 1. I guess this valve was wanted to be easy. Now, this door's still locked. I don't think I went through this door. Yeah, I did. That's what got me to the valve. So I'll go out of this door and go into this one. I think that's 1. Did I see the handprint? Probably from ever working these sewers. No, nothing yet. Let's keep walking. Is this door open? Nope. Maybe there's something back here. Exit door. I didn't. Yeah. Turning those valves must have drained the water that was in this room. There was a ladder I could reach. Climb down the scary looking ladder. Looked like the water drained out of the grate in the wall. There was a small metal key left floating in the shallow pool of rancid water. Did I take it? Yeah. Just in case that you might need it. Because now I see, like, the pictures and all that. They had a meaning. The gun had a meaning. But I picked up the knife too because it was like, if you didn't pick that up, you probably wouldn't have. Door was locked. I could see a faint light within. If I didn't pick up the knife and only had the gun, and then something attacked me, and I try using that gun, and there's no bullets in it, I'm basically dead. I could smell a hint of fresh air here. I was anxious to leave, but worried that I missed something. Maybe I'll go through. I'm not gonna climb up the ladder yet. I'm gonna go back through here. Open this door here. See what's in here. There's a camera right there. I found another dead body, a sewer worker, by the wounds all over his face and body. I figured he'd been stabbed repeatedly. There's a key ring sticking out of the man's pocket. Yeah, if it helps me get out of here. I thought about the knife I had found with some disgust as I carefully pocketed the keys from his pocket. I was almost worried he was going to grab me. I see a camera there though. Okay, now that I have the key ring, I think I have everything out of here. Can I say something about the... Okay. It's kind of... The awkward weight of the gun and the knife made the climb even more arduous. Would I need the gun or that knife on my way home, or was I a fool for picking them up? I wondered what was in that locked room I passed. Should I have gone back to check? Perhaps it didn't matter. I was so eager to escape, I almost bruised my hand, forcing the latch at the top of the ladder open. As I lifted the heavy lid above me frantically, the smell of the sewer gave way to the dank scent of pine trees. Now, as he said that, I was like, yeah, but I think I might have to go back down there if I missed something. I don't think I did, because an old ladder leading up to the ancient water tower. The ladder needed to be extended so I could climb it. Did I just... Yes. I popped the latch and brought the ladder down. Okay. So, I'm gonna go up the ladder first. See if there's anything worthwhile up here. Climb up again. Oh, not down. Not down. Get back up. Go back up. Go back up. In a patch of smeared dirt and grass, there was a beat-up old wallet. I thought it was mine. I take it. Yeah, I slid the filthy wallet in my back pocket. I noticed it didn't contain any kind of gun permit. In fact, it didn't contain any cards or ID of any kind. I thought I should recover my credit card and driver's license at least. Okay, so doing this got my wallet back. So, let's keep going. I'm gonna keep going this way. Oh, over here. Okay. Keep going this way until I can't. Okay. This must have been the entrance to the forest that was mentioned on the map I had seen. Whoever was poking around in those tunnels underneath that man's house had scribbled notes on this place, but I couldn't make them out. Here the signs pointed various campsites and walking paths within the woods. It mentioned a river and maybe a washroom, but the rest was too faded to see clearly. Okay, I'm gonna go down here, see if there's like anything. Okay, I'm gonna walk through this one first. Okay. Picnic table. The dry old picnic table sat lonely amongst the trees. It had carvings and marks from years of previous campers. As I tried to read some of the names and marks, I idly thumbed the knife I'd found. If I wanted to, I could have carved something in the table. Okay, did I? I don't know if that would be much sense. So no. I slipped the knife back into my boot and left the table alone. The dry open table was in. Okay. Should I? Yeah. With a few crude strokes, I etched a simple design of the woods, R towards H. I felt like a teenager facing the clear. Well, this felt like something. The path ended in a cold-looking river. I wasn't sure if it was safe to cross like this. Did I cross it? No. In that darkness, it didn't seem wise to try. Maybe there was another option. Feel like something over here that I can pick up? Nah. Okay, let's go through the other part of the bushes. See if I can see a different part of the map. The game. Nothing there. Trampled in the dirt was a grass, and grass was a deposit card. Sometime I brushed it off and surprised to see it was my credit card. I wasn't sure if it was still usable, but it was mine. Did I take back my credit card? Yes. I pocketed the credit card. Hopefully I can find my driver's license too. I'll go through there too. Through the fence, I can see a dilapidated building. I wonder if I could find my way around. So let's go through here. There really isn't anything. I heard that. There's still a fire pit there. There's a fire pit there. It was still a bit warm and a few embers still burned at the bottom. 2 folding camping chairs were on the ground. One was knocked over. There were a couple cans and beer spilled on the ground. The cheap dome tent slept 2 people. I shone my flashlight inside and could see some bedrolls, 2 backpacks, and a cooler. Campers. What are you doing, campers? Let me see if this is the way I went. This is the way I went on the map. I hate going ways that went before. There were some personal effects shoved back into the rock. Wait, there was a notebook there too. Did I read it? Yeah, it might have some information. Inside the cheap dollar store notebook was page after one page of names and lists. None of it made much sense. The newest page contained several names. Heather, Olivia, Ashley, Cheryl, Iris, Daphne, Holly, Rose, Rachel. Rachel, her name was the last on the list and had a mark beside it in blue ink. The names Daphne and Olivia had been crossed out in the same blue ink. Cheryl, Heather, and Rose had also been crossed out, but the marks looked older and more faded. So it was either my girlfriend was killed or she became the dude's new play toy. That's okay, that's where I came from, so I'll go through the third one over here. Okay, let's see here. No. I'm not in Slenderman, so I hope he's not in here. What's that? The grimy sink had a small patch in it that almost looked clean. There's a damp smelling plank leaning against the stall door. I might be able to cross that river with it. Gotta take a guess. I managed to carry the plank under my arm so it didn't get in the way. Okay, now I can cross that river. See what's on the other side of it. Is he here or here? Go through this one. The sign was the same as the first one I had seen. This must have been the exit to the side of the woods. Well, I'm not going to go that way yet. I'm going to go back that other way and go across that river, see if there's anything over there before I go on my merry way. Nope, that's where I found the notebook. Go back in there. Go through the middle one, maybe. Come on. Nope, that's the left to the building. Okay, that's the third one. Okay. Nope, that's the building. Jeez. This is not fun. Not fun at all. I'm not gonna go that way. Because I don't want to leave the area and end up, Okay, here's the campsite. Here's the campsite, so, let's walk this way. Nope. Maybe it's this one? Because I'm trying to find it, but nope, that's back to the building. Go through this way. Instead of going through that one, like a doofus, like I did 2 times before, go through this one. That's the building, okay. Let me walk back here. Okay, is this it? Over here? Nope, okay. But it was all the way over here, though. Okay, this is the entrance. So, let me go to... Okay, I hear water. Yeah. The plank I found was long enough to form a crude bridge, but I wasn't sure if it would hold. Did I use it? Yeah, I have to. To the other side. Okay. 2 bodies. 2 young women were half dug into a hasty shallow grave between the trees. The younger looking one was still face up, her dead eyes gleaming against my flashlight. They deserved better than that. They clean up the gravesite. Yeah, girls need better burials. That would suck. Someone just leaving to die. I tried to cover them up a bit more, and I closed the younger woman's eyes. I fashioned a crude marker. I wasn't sure why, but I felt I had to do something. Okay, ladies. The girls weren't carrying IDs, so I couldn't determine their names. I'd only hoped that whoever had done this had done it quickly. I wondered now if they had the phone or something at their campsite. Maybe I could call for help. I think that was the campsite I was at before. It didn't have anything, I don't think. But I'll check. I'll check again. They might have something in their tent. Or I might just go back there for no reason, because the game wants to be like, oh, you're stupid, we made you go look. Okay, let's see. Where am I going here? Okay, that's the building. And This is okay. This is the campsite. By the looks of it, the fire had been extinguished. It had just dried over time. Olivia, Daphne. The inside of the tent was suffocating. Okay, let's keep going. Now, this is back at the building. So I'm gonna try to find my way. Okay, I couldn't stop thinking about those poor girls. I couldn't figure out on the map where their campsite was. The police would have to search again in the daylight. I finally found the exit. Once I left, I knew I never wanted to return there. Well, what about that, well, I gotta go back. I gotta go back. Because if I miss something, and I leave this area, and I miss something, I will flip, because I need to know. I don't want to go back and forth. That's where the notebook was. Keep walking. Let's go to the second. Go to the middle one. Middle one's always the best one. Okay, I'll take you to the dilapidated building. Let's go through this one. There's one right there, but I want to see. Oh yeah, this is the entrance. So. Oh yeah, I didn't go back and check that door. Yeah, let me go back and check that door. Go back over here. Because I came in here. And there was a door right here. Yeah. I tried the little key. I had fished out of the murky puddle in the sewers. It fit, and I heaved the rest of the door open. I knew I was forgetting something. The wind was picking up a bit. The night air had become strangely chilly. Okay, nothing over there. Let's keep walking. The old train station was as quiet as a tomb. The only sound was that of the increasing wind buffeting the decrepit structure. I always go left first. Just my thing. The ancient ticking booth was falling apart and covered in dust and grime. Stacks of paper lined the counter, faded remains of old schedules and reports. Among the papers were newer looking sheets covered in scribbles and illegible notes. Come to think of it, the man in the house had kept similar scribbles hidden on his bookshelf. And he had notes on the water tower outside, too. I guess he could have been coming here, but why? What was he using the old station for? Maybe to carry out his plan, take him to an old abandoned train station and kill him, and then put him in the woods where no one would be able to find out who did it. An old map encased in glass hung on the wall. It was the train routes connected to that old station. As I looked, it seemed familiar. Of course, the map I found in those tunnels had similar locations marked, and the notes I found on the other man's bookshelf. His notes mentioned the water tower and even this train yard. What was he doing coming back here? Like I said, he was killing people. He decided that he was just going to kill them all and leave them to rot here. Okay. The old train was ripped open, and hanging from a shred of metal, as well as broken fence, was a dark stained patch of cloth. It looked synthetic, like some kind of outerwear. Inside the train shell I could see a few faint impacts like wounds. Could they have been bullet marks? Was somebody shot there? The ground was well worn, though. I couldn't really make anything out. I realized I was touching the gun I had as I thought. Anything else? It was getting colder out there, and I had to keep moving. Whew. Okay, I guess that's all that's in this train station. No, actually, yeah, I think this is it. Like, not all in this train station. So I need to go back to the end of the park again and exit. So let's do that. Actually, did I go left? I gotta go left. I didn't follow my own rule. Oh, okay. Follow your own rule. I really do hate that screeching door. I really do. Okay, let's see if I remember how to get back. Okay, this one. Okay, this one takes me to the campsite. Not the campsite, the river. So, let's go back through here and go through the other opening. Home, the 2 hours of running through bushes. Oh, back to the campsite. Okay, I think it's either the middle one or the far left. And nope. Damn. Okay. Okay, so it is the middle one. Okay, dilapidated building right there. And then you go this way. And you go through here. And oh, nope, went back to the beginning. Went back to the beginning. Okay. Go back to here, that's where the water is. So that's not the right way to go. Okay. Okay, I have to go through this way. Then the one over here maybe? And then this is the dilapidated building, so yep, go through here and then it should be on the left. There we go. Okay, yeah. Through the dense trees, I could finally start to see some light. I must have been at the edge of the forest, though I wasn't sure where the path ahead would lead me. I could almost feel the cryptic notebook in my pocket as I tried to think about what it could mean, and where were all the campers who had abandoned their site. Would I meet them too? Though the path ahead of me was less dense, I still felt guarded and wary. Who knew what was ahead? I don't. Oh, that's my shoes. I thought that was a dog. Door. Yes, door. As I stepped through the gate, I suddenly recognized the auto parts factory where I had worked as a machinist for all those years. The plant had closed almost 3 years ago now. Times were better then. I thought I could hear a faint rustling behind me. Maybe it was just the wind. No, I wouldn't trust that. Door first. Because I think that the hole would take me into another area. Don't do that to me! Scare the crap out of me. One of the lockers hung open, its contents were tossed around like someone had been looking for something. And just to let you guys know, I'm playing this like in the dark right now. There was a large power box with 5 lights on it. Cables burst out of the box, snaking off to other parts of the factory. The metal was starting to wear and cobwebs had collected on the corners. The box wasn't receiving power. The door was locked shut, and there was a little electronic box under the handle, a sign that pasted to the front that said, "Danger, closed for repairs." The door was locked tight. It seemed to be connected to the power box beside it. Didn't look like the power was on yet. Okay, so I guess I have to go upstairs to turn on the power maybe. Every part of this plant smelled old and rotted. I noticed the old bulletin board on the wall. Anything new? The board contained yellowed clippings of newspaper cartoons and notices. There were notes to and from guys that worked here. One of them was to Norman, who was one of the older guys on the line. Okay, yeah, go left first. Maybe I'll find the power switch here. Oh, what's this? A power panel. Looked like it was shut off. Did I push the switch? Yes. I have to get into that one room. The open locker was stuffed with dirty work clothes and old boots. There was a photo of a woman taped to the inside, but it was stretched out and the face was unrecognizable. A power panel. Looked like it was shut off. Did I push a switch? Well, this is like the other one, where I had to push all those ones. So, panel seemed to be working again. Okay. Because I'm pressing them because it was shut tight. There was a rusty looking card slot on the side. I guess I gotta find the card. The power panel still wasn't working. Did I try it again? See, it's green. It's green now. Okay. I think I'm because I can't get through that door unless the power's on. Our old break table, the layer of dust and grime only made seeing this thing more. Can't talk today. Door or side? Oh, that's locked, so I guess this door. This was Norman's locker. The door was dented like someone had punched it. I don't remember him doing that when we worked there. Another panel that I hoped could get me back on, help me get the power back on. Did I push the switch? Yeah. It works. A utility shelf crammed with mismatched tools and items. There was a claw hammer on the shelf. Did I take the hammer? I have a knife. I have a gun. I have a notebook. I have pictures. I might need to beat something with a hammer. So, I'll take the hammer. As I took the hammer, I noticed it wasn't as dusty as the rest of the tools on the shelf. Okay. The locker was complete. It was a complete mess. Hidden at the bottom, there was a magnetic card that takes card. That opens up the door. That opened up the door downstairs. That said that there was like a metal slip or something. Another panel that I hoped could help me get the power back on. To push the switch. This. It's still not on. Come on. Try it again. There. Try it again, Cujo. Come on. There we go. Another panel that I hoped could help me get the power back on. Push the switch. And push it again. Thank you. Okay. Let's keep going. Back on track. Back on track. Keep walking. Keep walking. Okay, now that I have that magnetic card, I can hopefully get the door. Ah, I knew the hammer would come in handy. I struck with the hammer. The old wooden boards came apart easily. After I had removed the planks, I left the hammer on the floor. Why? Why'd you leave the hammer on the floor? This was my locker. There in the factory. It stank of booze. There was a picture of Rachel on the inside. It looked like it had been torn up. I thought I had taken that picture home when the factory closed. The floor was littered with old liquor bottles. I wondered if that man in the house had something to do with this. He sure had a lot of alcohol at his place. I don't know, but creep alert. Creep alert. Okay, let's go downstairs. Hopefully the power is back on. Hopefully. Yeah, I can use that magnetic card. Through this door, I think. Or it's down one more level. Is it down one more level or it's right here? Yep, it's right here. The key card I found seemed like it would pass through this reader. Did I use this? I hate that. I really do. There was some kind of ventilation hatch here. It looked like I could jump to the room below. My leg hurt enough as it was. No. If I was too chicken to jump down that broken ladder before, why do it now? There had to be another way. Well, if it goes to the... Aww. Seriously? I gotta find something in here? Oh no. I have to jump, because I have nothing. I don't have anything. And... Oof. Sorry, man. Sorry I had to do that to you. There was a crumpled up letter on the floor. It had been scratched out heavily, and it was hard to make out. Did I try to read the letter? Yes. Most of the letter was violently scratched out with what looked to be a ballpoint pen. All I could make out was "need to." Just don't drinking need, Norman. Who was Norman writing to? Okay. I'm sorry I hurt my dude's leg, but there's no thing in there. That room at the top of the plant, the one with all the bottles, it was really getting me. Maybe I was just distracted. We went up there and used that room. As I exited the factory, I didn't recognize where I was going. My head ached terribly and my leg was a mess. Everything. 60. A dude comes out of here, I'm gonna ninja kick somebody. Door. The garbage bin was a disgusting mess of rotten food and slick black bags. I saw a thin greenish corner poking out from one of the bags. It was my driver's license. It looked damaged. Did I take it back? Yes. Cleaned the card off the best I could. It looked pretty beat up. I was amazed to have found my credit card and now this. I tucked the card in my wallet next to my credit card. Sound like it's gonna start raining again. Why did you shake my controller? I had entered Norman's place. This was the back of the store that he ran. It was oddly quiet except for the faint sound of the television. Who was watching television? The entrance to the front of the store was locked from the inside. It looked like I couldn't just pop it open. It needed a key. There was a bit of blood on the keyhole. There's a bit of blood on the keyhole, and you're wanting to still explore this house. Do you have a death wish? The TV still flickered some indecipherable channel. Oh no, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Norman, my co-worker, and one of my few friends I had in this town, lay dead beside his armchair. His face and shirt were covered in blood. It looked like he'd been shot trying to get up. His eyes were still wide with shock. Norman, you deserve better than this. Dad closed his eyes. Yes. I wasn't sure if I wanted to give him peace, or if I just couldn't stand to think anymore about what was going on. Quickly, I closed Norman's eyes. Can I turn off the TV now? Didn't think I was on the screen, but the glow gave me a chill. Gave me chills. Table. I guess this was Norman's kitchen table. Kept it clean enough, but there were water rings from 2 cups that were still there in the wood. The kitchen trash bin smelled fresh. I didn't dig through this mess, did I? Well, here's the thing. If you do that, you'll probably find something that you need. I found a hairpin amongst the rotting food and trash and pocketed it. And I might need that hairpin later. Never know. Never know what you might need in this game. Sorry, Norman. Sorry you had to go like this. And now I can pick that door downstairs. But next, let's go to the right. Despite the shock of already finding Norman in that state, seeing this turned my stomach just as much. It was one of Rachel's old fall coats. What was it doing there? Was she okay? I don't know, man. Inside the cabinet was a small but impressive collection of hunting rifles, shotguns, and even a few more items I didn't think were legal here. One of the slots on the rack was empty. The gun I had found seemed to match the others there. If the handgun was Norman's, what the hell was he doing with it? The gun would fit there. Did I place it back in the cabinet? I carefully pushed the piece back in place and felt a great burden lifted. Okay, I put the gun back, and you give me a trophy. Okay. I don't know what we're doing with all these. Now I only have my knife, so if someone attacks me, I'm stabbing them to death. I used the hairpin to pick the lock. The hairpin snapped in half, so I threw it away. The general store was small, but it was clean. It had the usual things: postcards, snacks, magazines, and canned goods. I never went there much. Rachel usually stopped by after work if we needed anything. The register was mostly empty, and a fat stack of travel magazines sat beside it. The icebox seemed to be unplugged. It must have been off for a while. Most of its contents were half melted. There were various postcards from the area, especially from the tourist traps. One of the postcards showed an old black and white photo of the water tower. It looked to be in much better shape then. Get out of here. Norman was dead, but I had no idea why. Was he involved in all this somehow, or was he just another victim? That gun I had found only seemed to complicate matters. It was such a relief to finally be rid of it. Home wasn't far off now. Even though the rain was relentless, I had to keep going. Let's walk over here. Oh, goody. 2 doors. 3 doors. Are you gonna give me 4? 4 doors. Are we going to imagine number 5? No? Okay. I had the wrong gate. This one was locked. Oh, right gate, second time. The gate was locked tight. This wasn't my house. The neighborhood's local post box. A letter was sticking out as if someone hadn't pushed it in all the way. I knew it wasn't right, but no. But if it... No. I didn't touch the letter. I had more pressing concerns. I had to get home. Nope, I'm not reading your letter, man. Sorry. Wrong gate. This one was locked. Now, third gate? Nope, third gate. Blood. Look at all that blood. I entered our backyard. The rain gave me a terrible sense of foreboding, and it chilled me through my clothes. I was expectant, but also afraid. I hope my wife isn't dead. I held my breath as I approached our back door. I was terrified to step inside. It's either she gonna kill us, or she dead herself. One of the two. And someone else is gonna kill us. The house was painfully quiet. The only sound was my own breathing, ragged and strained. I flicked the light switch by the door. The power was off. Oh, good. I remembered having breakfast here on this very table. Was that yesterday or sometime before? Oh, good. The door to the basement was locked. Okay. There was a small pile of mail on the floor in front of the mail slot. How long had I been away? Why hadn't Rachel picked this up? Most of the contents were bills. There was a credit card bill there to open. I ripped the bill open and read it. To my surprise, it said something about canceling my credit card due to non-payment. What the hell? This is the front door. The front door was locked from the inside. I couldn't go out through. I needed to see if Rachel was here. I must have been out for a long time. Because if my credit card's getting canceled, it's either someone's been using the credit card too much or something else. I found the last missing piece from my wallet, the old photo of Rachel, and I stared back at me, reminding me of better times. It didn't make me feel terribly comfortable. I keep my girlfriend's picture. Shoot. I placed the photo in my wallet, feeling like I had got part of my life back. Still, the image made me uneasy. Why'd I have thrown it away? Stolen identity. Our television, I had purchased it before I knew I was going to lose my job. I felt pretty guilty about it afterwards, but by then it was too late. Creak. Okay, let's go this way, see if there are any other doors. Yeah. The door was stuck shut. There was an old-fashioned keyhole underneath the handle. Let me guess, I gotta go on a key hunt again. Key hunt, key hunt. Okay, let's go this way. Bookshelf. There were books. The books there were half mine, half Rachel's. Now that I looked more closely, it looked like the man in the house. That house had some of the same books as I did. There was a suitcase on the bed. It was Rachel's. I remembered it from that trip we took out west. Yes. I wasn't sure what to make of the suitcase's contents. Inside were a few days' worth of clothes, some toiletries, and a train ticket. Where was she planning to go? That wasn't getting anywhere. Maybe she was cheating on him with the mailman. Maybe the mailman got mad and put her in the wall or whatever. Killed her. I don't know. Our hallway mirror had been smashed. Its pieces scattered around the floor. Yep, mailman. Our sink, which needed to be replaced. One of the taps always stuck, but I hadn't got around to fixing it yet. We were lucky enough to get a house with one of those wonderful old claw-footed bathtubs. Fancy, aren't we? Can't afford your TV, but you can afford a claw-footed bathtub. My laptop had been left on, and only a tiny bit of power left. On the screen was a website about the old water tower. There was a key in the top drawer of my desk. Yeah, that might open the door. The floor below me, or the floor above me. No, not above me. The floor below me, or the one that's leading to the basement. One of the two. Oh, no. It's already been in here. Okay. I gotta remember. I was kind of left when I come up the stairs. So when I come down here, I'm gonna come over here and unlock this door. The door was stuck shut. There was an old-fashioned keyhole underneath the handle. I guess I gotta go down to that basement one. Go down all the way down to the basement. I unlocked the basement doors. I knew it either went to the basement or that door with the keyhole. There were old Christmas decorations in the box. The garbage bags were stuffed with old paint cans and supplies. There was a dirty old key here. Did I take the key? Yes, because that door upstairs I need to unlock. There were old clothes, tools, and other things we hadn't thrown out yet. I put up this divider wall last summer so we could create a separate room in the basement. I hadn't finished it yet, so the door was stuck and drywall was poorly installed. I might have been able to break through if I had found something heavy enough. We have way too much junk. You said it, brother, not me. Okay, now I'm gonna go up the stairs again, get into this door over here. The grimy key I had found in the basement unlocked the door. It looked like the room had been tossed around. The furniture was a mess. Did somebody break in here? There was an old crowbar on the floor. Yeah, because I need to get through that door. And I needed to get through that door. That's why I need that crowbar. Okay, let's go back downstairs. Open that drywall door. Did I break through the wall with crowbar? Yes. With a heave, I swung the crowbar at the wall. I smashed a hole large enough to step through. Be a frickin'... I stepped through the broken wall, my breath caught in my throat. This was it. Was Rachel down there? Was she okay? If there are jump scares, I am throwing my controller. I'm just telling you that right now. Why are the same clippings as before? A filthy looking pile of rags had been dumped in the corner. The stench of them was awful and made my eyes water. I was terrified to even touch the pile to see what lay within, but I knew I had to. I had come this far. After all this searching, after all I'd seen, when I looked within the rags, did I finally find my Rachel? Yes? Jump scare, I will beat you. Oh no, my hands trembled as I pulled back of the layers of cloth. There at the center, under all the dirt and mess, was my Rachel. Her arms were bruised all over and slashed repeatedly. Her clothes were ripped and torn, and even through all that sickening blood, it was obvious she had been stabbed to death. The knife I carried all this way suddenly seemed like poison. What happened? What had happened, Rachel? Who did this to you? I thought about all I had seen and wondered if any of it could help me figure out who'd done this. And when I couldn't stay any longer, I stepped away on shaky legs and made my way back upstairs. Reluctantly exhausted from my journey, I could no longer resist the urge to close my eyes. Grim discovery. Maybe I would use some of Rachel's travel books and find some place to go. Here's my wallet with the contents intact. Either I dropped that stuff or someone else did. Maybe I was sleepwalking again, or maybe someone stole it from me. Norman's store, that forest, the water tower. Was I at those places before? I didn't see how it could have happened any other way. I must have been the one to lose my wallet and its contents. But what does that mean? This was the old photo that the other man and his wife had assumed. I found it in that house. I recall those faded remains I had found deep underneath his house. What had he done there? Well, what did I think? Was that man involved? Was that man involved in this whole mess somehow? Maybe. Definitely those tunnels, those odd tools in his house, and the remains of his wife. He wasn't innocent, that's for sure. Do I go downstairs or just keep searching through the house? The reflection in that grimy glass was only a shadow and a whisper. I still loved that old-time charm of the claw-footed bathtub, though it seemed like a cold comfort then. Yeah, you and your claw-footed bathtub. Claw-footed bathtub, claw-footed bathtub. It was a key card I found in the factory, the one that allowed me to slip through the door. It seemed to me that it was probably Norman's, but if that was true, what was he doing back at the plant? Did I think Norman was going back to the factory? No, somebody else was using that locker room, but who? Because I don't think he was using it, because if he did, left him finally ran out of power. Because if he did, it wouldn't just be laying. He would have it with his body. He didn't have it with his body. He just had it while he was laying down. We found it somewhere else. So, I don't know. Safe. My old office safe sat on the floor. I used to keep a tax record and other important documents in it. I used a digital passcode lock, but I didn't have the code. Maybe I left it somewhere. I leafed through the notebook I had taken from the forest, and it were the names written down. Heather, Olivia, Ashley, Cheryl, Iris, Daphne, Daphne, Holly, Rose, Rachel. I recalled the names I saw scratched out on that old desk, deep within those musty tunnels. Was the man in the house really up to something? I gotta find that code for my safe. From now on, I have no one to get angry with me for stupid things like buying this TV. I wouldn't be saying that, dude. That's kind of accusing yourself a little bit there, man. It seemed like I had seen all there was. Maybe I thought I was ready to go back into the basement. Not quite. The mail still sat there heaped on the floor. How long had Rachel been lying in the basement? I have no clue. Maybe there wouldn't be anything for me to find, but I had to take one last look. Let's go. Now that I stood there, I realized I couldn't go back into that room again. I had already seen too much. But the thing is, I have to find that combo for the safe, so it's probably upstairs. So let me check that again. Let me go upstairs again. Did I already do this one? But who had killed him? Okay. Let me go into that room. Is that room over here on this floor, or is it up one? Oh, it's up one. Okay, let me go into that room again. See if I can find a passcode or something. Quiet in the room that I'm there terribly. No. Your claw-footed tub. Nope. Get out the door. Okay. Let's just... I made up my mind. Okay, I already been in here. The laptop already died. And then the glass is still shattered, so I have no way in that one. There, that was decided. Maybe I gotta go through all my stuff. I already did this one. I already did this one. I already did that one. Within the few broken pieces that remained of the mirror, I could see my face had grown pale, weak. I couldn't bear to look again. It was like I didn't actually expect a reflection. I felt empty and drained. Check this one. Nope, nothing in here. So, check the other room. Okay, this was the room with the safe in it, so. I see the one responsible for Rachel's murder, but I found him dead. See, that's the question too, because unless he committed suicide afterward, that would be there's nothing for me here anymore, no reason to stay in that house. They'll leave never to return. Yeah, because there's nothing here for me. Living in this town hadn't been easy. The plant had helped in some way to stay grounded. It kept me in line, gave me something to do, and helped me get away from my past. When the factory closed, everything changed. I guess that was when I had started sleepwalking, disappearing for hours at a time. I had MRIs and piles of doctor reports, but nothing seemed to help, not even drinking. But I swear, I had tried to give it up. I know it. The sleepwalking never really went away, though. But I know Rachel had tried. I know she had tried to be there for me, even when everything was falling apart. This night had unearthed terrible truths, but I knew it was a final act of a long-standing horror I had been living. Waking up in that house tonight was the final cruelty. I wish I had remained unconscious in that room forever. It was obvious to me that the man I found in that house had something to do with all this. Could he have killed Rachel? It started to seem that there are too many things I had seen to think otherwise, and what was hidden within those sewers I had found. The tunnel to the man's house obviously led there, but something I had missed. Sorry. I had found the contents of my wallet scattered throughout town. Why the hell had I been out there? Had my sleepwalking gone to some new extreme? The thought that I couldn't account for my whereabouts, but knew I had been to that forest and even Norman's place, well, it was terrifying. I didn't know what that meant, but at least I had recovered my things. Hopefully, I thought that would cover my tracks so I wouldn't be blamed for all of this. Deep within those woods, though, was where things became truly awful. Finding that notebook only made things worse. Rachel's name had been on that list, so what terrible plot was she part of? There was a similar list of names on that desk back in those tunnels. What was the connection? Whatever had happened, I knew at least that Norman wasn't the one who kept going back to that factory. I hoped it meant that he had nothing to do with that guard's violent end. But who had been rooting through those lockers or drinking in that boarded-up room? After the factory, I thought I might find some solace if I could just get into Norman's store. But all I found were more horrors and more questions. Now that I really consider it, that's when I should have seen it coming. Poor Norman was dead, but I had no idea what had happened to him. When I had marched through the rain towards home, I desperately clung to the hope that this would end, and I guess in a way it did. But how could I have known how hopeless it all was? I had started to feel disoriented when I sleepwalked. To think of it now, I guess I should have known from the terrible silence that greeted me when I first stepped into our house and stood there in the kitchen. There was no sound of television, radio, even the air was still. But seeing Rachel there lying ruined and discarded in the basement, that was a horror I could never have imagined. I didn't know if I'd ever find the answer I craved, but I knew that somehow that other man I had found was responsible for this. If not directly, he must have had a hand in Rachel's death. So what I was doing in that house of his, had I found out, had I killed him, my condition made it difficult to know. Memories and time frames were always a mess, and I could never be sure. Knowing that man was dead, though, was cold comfort. My wife was gone, and no matter what happened to me now, I was lost forever. As I swung the door open and stepped out into the air, I caught the scent of wet grass and fog. Rachel, my beautiful wife, just the thought of her again, cold and inert, shook me from head to toe. What would I do now? Who could I turn to? It would only be a matter of time before the police got involved, before the neighbors knew. The front lawn was soft and giving beneath my feet, and I couldn't shake the urge that I shouldn't stand there, but rather that I should run. And that is one ending of Home. I am thinking there are other endings to this game. I will try to find them, and then I will come out with another video showing like a replay of it. And if there are other endings, I will show you those other endings, and I will redo the video like I said. And I actually like this game. This game was amazingly well built, and they had a great story that went along with it, and it was an amazing game from my point of view. Well, that is Home, the unique horror adventure. Now, like I said, I will get a new version out when I find out if there are multiple endings to this. I will get another video out. So, if you could like, comment, subscribe on this video. I know it's a live stream, but you can still send me your comments for this video and send me some like feedback on my videos and give me some creative criticism to make my videos better. And now on the front of like the whole video PlayStation live stream thing aside, I will at some point get game capture equipment, but for now I will have to just do it on live streams and then archive it to YouTube. So if you do watch the live stream and you want to watch it again, you can watch it from the archive. So this video will be up there, and that is it for Home. And I hope you guys will join me for the next playthrough. The next playthrough will either be Call of Duty multiplayer or zombies, either or. That will be on here also. That will be sometime this week. So thank you guys for watching, and see ya.